Welcome to Connected Payments with IxoPay, where we talk to the payment providers powering global commerce. I'm Morgan Worrell here with Thomas Beinhart. Join us as we explore the integrations, trends, and tech shaping the future of payments. Welcome, everyone, to Money 20 Amsterdam. Today, we're joined by Clemens, CEO of DIMOCO and a seasoned leader with over 15 years in the payments industry. Known for his entrepreneurial mindset, Clemens excels at building go-to-market strategies, driving growth across new business verticals, and leading diverse teams with a hands-on approach. It's great to have you, Clemens. Thanks for joining us. If you could tell me a little bit about the history of DIMOCO and the industries that you serve.
Yeah, thanks for invitation and having me. Yeah, I'm working for DIMOCO, and DIMOCO is a licensed payments institution based in Austria with almost 25 years of experience in the industry. And we are specialized in creating tailored paytech solutions for the on-demand economy, which means that our services includes acquiring and offering of a wide portfolio of other payment methods like LPMs, carrier billing, and open banking.
And how does your approach differ from traditional PSPs when it comes to offering these methods?
Yeah, while we are working across all kind of industries, we're seeing a strong growth trend among the scale-ups. And this is something which we are pretty much focusing on. And many merchants within those industries are facing what we are calling the scale-up syndrome, where their growth is held back by the issues with their payment setup. And common problems connected to this include things like unexplained error codes, high card abandonment rates, or sudden spikes within the chargeback rates, for example. And here we are supporting them.
I'm curious, why do you think these issues are especially common among scale-ups?
Yeah, because they are moving fast, the scale-ups, and very oftenly are they outgrowing their early stage payment provider setup. And these businesses are hitting them complexity very quickly, and therefore needing a more tailored solution. Yeah, and we as DIMOCO really understands the challenges around the problematic of their payment setups, and or through our consultative approach, we are supporting and working very closely with those merchants to design for them a custom payment setup which is just fitting their unique needs. And this model allows us to support their growing business efficiently, which is helping them to scale smoothly so that they can focus on their core business. And our ultimate goal is to help businesses meet everyone's customer payment needs without the friction.
We're hearing a lot about this frictionless and seamless experience for customers. Could you give us an example of what that looks like in practice for DIMOCO?
Of course, yeah. If you think of checkup process, for example, that's not just fast, but also intuitive, where all preferred payment methods are available, and issues like declines or currency mismatches are proactively handled. And imagine being a smaller or a mid-sized business working with a volume acquirer or even a generic payment service provider, then trying to fix those issues alone can be, I would say, a nightmare. And that's where DIMOCO steps in, providing our expert guidance and solution that is actually working for the merchants and supporting them growing. Yeah.
Great. Clemens, let us speak about the IxoPay and the DIMOCO partnership. In your opinion, how has it evolved and what capabilities were unlocked with it?
Looking back into the history, you need to know that DIMOCO started over 20 years ago offering carrier billing services. And 8 years ago, we have moved into providing acquiring services and therefore using the IxoPay platform as our technical foundation to support our growth path and become a full stack payment provider.
So in your opinion, what made IxoPay the right platform for your transition?
Yeah. Back then, by starting this business, we have required a lot of flexibility, scalability, and of course also speed. And IxoPay was exactly delivering all those three pieces and ingredients. So, and also keeping in mind, IxoPay back then was also much smaller than it is nowadays. And therefore, they have grown jointly with us by supporting our shift in focus in helping us expand. So, and if we consider that our needs have evolved over time, also the platform have adapted, therefore, and gave us the flexibility to scale in. Yeah, And we have been able, because of this, to integrate a wide range of payment methods and also provide customized routing quite easily. And today we are focused on helping scale-ups, and IXOPay helps us delivering an enterprise level experience to those kind of merchants.
Speaking about that routing, how do features like smart routing translate to a better outcome for your merchants?
They improve the approval rates, of course, but also reduce costs and create a smoother customer experience. Features like smart routing, real-time reporting, and monitoring really make a difference for growing businesses. And the partnership has allowed us to stay agile, competitive, and also, I would say, ready to take advantage on a complex markets. We have built something that is not just functional. We also built something which is future-proofed.
That's interesting. What does future-proof mean in the context of the payments today?
It means having an infrastructure that can adapt, whether it's adding new payment methods, complying with regulations, or responding to new market trends. And we can make changes without disrupting the business. And this is what I mean by being future-proofed.
Cool. Speaking about the future, what's next for DIMOCO? Are there any upcoming product launches?
Yes, of course. We are always working to improve our payment setup and to make things better for our merchants and our clients. And one of our big strengths is, especially with scale-ups, that everything is built on a very solid platform.
Okay, so how does that having that solid foundation help you innovate faster?
It let us focus on delivering new features and services rather than patching existing ones. But for our clients, it's not just about the tech. Of course, it needs to be there to support their growth, but tech in payments should not be a burden, yeah? And we put a lot of focus on supporting and guiding our clients, and this is what is having priority for us.
With a few on the merchants, what kind of feedback do you get from your clients that shapes your roadmap?
A lot of it comes down to usability, I have to say. They want clearer reporting, better visibility into data, and an easier onboarding. We are constantly exploring new ways to help our merchants to succeed, whether through tools, services, or, as already mentioned, by our strong guidance which we provide them. And of course, AI is a trend in everyone's mouth nowadays. But if we look into a recent survey from Gartner, 64% of people said that they would rather prefer companies not to use AI in their customer service. And even 53% of them said that they dislike the idea so much that they would even consider switching to a competitor. And that's quite impressive, yeah? So we'll be announcing new features and products at the end of this year, and we will make managing payments even smoother and more flexible with DIMOCO.
Now I'm curious, any hints on the areas these features would focus on? Is it maybe onboarding, reporting, any user experience you could share with us?
Yes, especially around flexibility and real-time insights. This is what it will be about. Our goal is to keep growing alongside our merchants and that we make sure that they always feel supported.
So we are here in Money 2020 in Amsterdam. We're seeing a lot of payment trends coming up. What trends are you seeing in the payment space, Clemens, and how has that influenced DIMOCO?
Yeah, besides already mentioned hyped trends like AI, we are paying a close attention to subscriptions at DIMOCO. Consumers and businesses are increasingly adopting subscription services and model, and it's projected for this business to hit $1 trillion by 2028, which is quite impressive, I think so, yeah. And if we look into the market in Europe, for example, on average, European people are having free active subscription nowadays, by not including the phone subscriptions or internet subscriptions, yeah. And there, the best subscription experience are removing friction while keeping users in control, which is very important.
You mentioned keeping the users in control. What does control mean in a subscription model from the customer's perspective?
It means knowing exactly what you're paying for, or having the ability to pause or even cancel easily. And it's just about for avoiding surprises of charges and not being aware of subscriptions.
And especially with the role of mobile phones, how do you see the role of mobile devices evolving in the subscription journey?
I think they are becoming a central touch point in there. Payment needs to be seamless within that flow, especially for media, gaming, and entertainment services, where we very oftenly are using carrier billing as a payment method, which is very well designed for this. Yeah, we are also seeing a growth in digital wallets and biometric data and payments, and these are enabling faster, more secure, and even effortless checkouts. Yeah. Last but not least, AI-powered subscription management is also emerging quite fast. Tools are being developed to help users optimize or pause subscription service, even based on user behavior, which is quite progressive.
And how does DIMOCO help merchants design a more transparent models?
We guide them through the setup, integrate jointly with them user-friendly controls, and focus on compliance and trust. Businesses that have prior on effortless onboardings and transparency will win, I think so. And customers want to be in the driver's seat, yeah. And AI is also supercharging automation and personalization when it comes to those things, which is changing how providers are competing, yeah. And as mentioned, personalization is set to be a major game changer in the payment industry again, and payments will become more seamless and almost nearly invisible, I would say, and making the whole process smoother.
But are there risks in making payments invisible? How do you keep the trust high?
That I think it's key, and the key in there is balancing convenience with clarity. That's very important. Even if the payment feels invisible, users still need confirmation and visibility into what is happening exactly within the subscription service. And at DIMOCO, we put a strong focus on user experience for both and merchants and their customers. And therefore, we are constantly working to simplify and improve every part of the payment journey. And we believe user experience and support are at our heart of payments.
That's great. Thank you, Clemens. Thanks for your time today and for your continued partnership with IxoPay. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your show.
I did.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.